What's going on? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning, I'm going to go over, watch film of Saquon and Jalen a little bit later on today. But I wanted to look at this play when Slay got ran to the back of the end zone. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I talk about this a lot, and most people don't even realize it. This is exactly what I mean when I say players will lose the battle of physics. So normally I'm looking at offensive situations when our offensive line, and you got Dickerson and Mekhi Becton, and you got those guys pulling and coming around and facing a linebacker, or in this situation, a DB. And even in this situation, you're talking about a tight end. But you're talking about guys that are physically much, much bigger than defensive backs and, in some situations, linebackers. But in this situation with Slay, he lost the battle of physics. He was in possession, but what are you going to do with somebody that's probably, 60, 70 pounds heavier than you and 3 to 4 inches taller than you and just a physically bigger specimen than you are? There's only so much you can do. And this is a situation where he wasn't going down and the guy ran him to the back of the end zone. Now, literally, this was the exact scene in what was the movie, The Blind Side, when Michael Orr drugged that dude, to the back of the end zone and over the fence. This was, if that would have been a fence there low enough, he would have put Slay over the fence. But this is what I mean when I say you lose the battle of physics. There is nothing that Slay can do here. Nothing. There's nothing that Slay can do other than go down and try to do like a Star Trek karate flip or something like that. As a tight end or a lineman, that's nirvana for you. You got somebody in your hands. You got, somebody, you got your arms extended, your hands inside, and you just continue to drag him. And literally there's nothing that he could do. So I understand why he was pissed off. It was embarrassing. But this is what I mean with our offensive line. If the Steelers can do this to us, we can do this to anybody. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I mean when I say you lose the battle of physics. There's nothing that Slay can do right now. Nothing. He's on his heels, and you got all of that weight taking you to the back of the end zone. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. And that's what we do when Landon Dickerson and Mailata or Johnson and Juergens, whoever's pulling, coming through that hole. If you get a linebacker or a defensive back, depending on what defensive front that they are in, this is what you want. And your running back gets behind you, and he can pick and choose which way he wants to go. That's what we can do to other teams. Unfortunately, it was Slay that got embarrassed in this situation. The only thing he could really do is try to do a wax on and wax off, because the dude's arms are extended, and he can't. The only thing you can do is try to break that weak point of his wrist and come all the way around and come underneath, because that wrist has got to give, and maybe he'll let go. But when you trying to, even he's trying to put his hands in his face mask, the dude's arms are longer. So there's not much Slay can do but get driven backwards into the wall. So I'm glad they just got pissed off, because it could have been a lot worse. If it could have, just imagine if it was cameramen and equipment or stuff back there, that could have been bad, because Slay has no say in what's about to happen. That dude has full control. He's got momentum. He's got weight. He's got strength. He's got the upper hand. He's physically higher than Slay, because Slay is on his heels going backwards. There's nothing that Slay can do. He is losing the battle of physics.